Hi there, it's Nicole here today for Lawn Fawn, and I have a card featuring the Booyah stamp set, part of the fall and winter release from Lawn Fawn. This is a great stamp set that has these cute ghost images that you can mix and match with different faces and costumes to create really fun Halloween projects. I stamped Happy Haunting, my greeting, first, and then I am going to go ahead and stamp my ghost for the center of the card. And I stamped the little vampire headgear on top of that. I could have masked it off. I didn't in this particular example. And then I added a face, and I'm going to add the cute little bat wings. Then I'm going to move on to my next ghost, which is going to be a little pirate. And I am going to use a little mask here that I've created and stamp my next ghost image. Go ahead and remove that hat piece, and then I can add a face or a little, I guess I'll add the little pirate eye patch first before I remove the mask. I put it back on there real quick, and then I'll add the face so that only one little eye is showing. I just love how these mix and match. Next, I'll add the little Frankenstein hair. And then I can add my remaining ghost. Now, there's 3 different ghosts, as you can see here. You could use all one style or mix and match like I did for this card. I didn't even cut all of this mask out. I only cut the hair part. So you don't have to go crazy with the mask if you don't want to, and it is really pretty quick and easy. Go ahead and add my face for Frankenstein, and then there's a couple of little scar marks that you can add here and there. Go ahead and put my mask back on so I can have one coming out of his hairline. And then I'm going to just ink up part of the little spider, hanging spider piece here so that I can have a spider hanging from my greeting. Finally, I added a bow tie to the little vampire. I'm going to color in my images with Copic markers. I did all my stamping on some Nina Smooth Solar White cardstock. Plus, I die cut this rectangle using one of the Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle dies, just for that nice decorative stitched border. I'm using a combination of greens and warm grays to get the color for my little Frankenstein ghost. He doesn't have to be white. I thought it would be kind of fun to have him go from green to kind of a white-ish color, since I'm using a very, very light warm gray. In fact, all of my ghosts are going to have a tint of gray to them. I thought it would be something different and kind of fun. I'm using the lighter spectrum of warm grays for the ghost body here for my vampire. And it was a little too light, so I'll darken it up a little bit more. You can go as dark or as light as you want. I tended to have it be a little darker up near the top and get lighter the further down to the tip of the ghost tail that I got. Now for the wings themselves and for the head, I am going to go with much darker warm grays, but I always tend to start lighter, and that way if I need to go darker, I can. It's really pretty much impossible to lighten it up once you've gotten it too dark. I'm even adding in warm gray 8, which is pretty dark, and blending it out with warm gray 6 to get that nice dark color and a good contrast between the ghost itself and the costume. You can go over that as many times as you need to get the color exactly the way you want it. I darkened up the wings as well. I felt like they blended into the body just a little too much, and I wanted those to be darker. So super cute. I love these little ghosts that you can outfit here. Keep going over this as many times as I need to get the color exactly the way I want it to look. Add a little light gray or the lighter warm grays to the insides of the ears. Next, I am going to color in his bow tie with some reds. The reds I'm using for this card are R24, 46, and 39. These are kind of my standard red colors that I like to use. I'm going to move on to my last ghost, which is my little pirate. Again, using my lighter spectrum of warm grays to color in the body. Get that blended out. Add a little pink for the cheeks, which is the R20. And then the pirate hat itself is going to be with those reds again. I forgot I skipped back over to do Frankenstein's hair, which I'm using blue violets in 20, 23, and 25. And I laid down my lightest color and am feathering in my darkest color and then blending that out with my mid-tone color. I don't want to blend it too much. I want it to have a little bit of that hair-like texture. I went back in with my dark color and added just a little bit more dark. Go ahead and move to the pirate hat now and add some nice reds to this. Again, like I said, I'm using that favorite red combination of R24, 46, and 39. This is kind of my go-to red coloring combination. R24 is going to be the lightest color, my base color. I added some of that R39 around the skull on the hat and around the brim that meets the ghost itself, and then blending it all with my mid-tone color, in this instance, which is R46. A little bit of warm gray to the skeleton itself so it's not quite so stark white. And I did go over the insides of the ears with a little pink and then added a dark warm gray to the rest of the little Frankenstein head. I'm using a black gel marker for the eyes on the ghosts and on the little skull, and I'll also use that over that pirate eye patch. That's really just going to add some nice definition to that and make it nice and glossy and shiny. So it's super cute the way it is here, but I thought it would be fun to take a little star from the Booyah stamp set and add a scattering of brightly stamped stars in both first and second generation stamping. So I am using the Lawn Fawn Sunflower ink and the Fake Tan to start out with, and you can see that the darker stars is the first generation, the second generation are the lighter ones. I'm also going to use some of the green ink from Lawn Fawn. This is, I believe, the freshly cut grass, but I'm using the second generation. I kind of thought the first was going to be too dark, so I didn't initially use the first generation stamping. And then the purple is the juice box ink. So nice bright colors, and I really think this kind of just makes the whole background a lot more interesting to look at. Fill in a few more places with these bright stars, and I ended up deciding to go back in with that freshly cut grass ink and adding a first generation stamped green as well. It's just kind of whatever look you're going for. I kind of went back and forth with what I wanted to do here. Finally, I die cut a black cardstock rectangle, adhered it to my card base, and then I'm going to attach my stamped and colored panel right on top of that to finish up my card. Thanks for watching this video showcasing the Lawn Fawn Booyah stamp set. The supplies I've used to create this card are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Please subscribe for weekly card making and stamping videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.